meeting going, if you don't mind. First off, I'd like to welcome two of the three new commissioners, Miss Melissa and Jose. Daniel will be with us hopefully next month, so welcome to the board. And at the end, we will figure out the commissioners and their terms, meaning we have one that stepped away from the board with a partial term. We had two that went full terms, so we'll see who's the lucky one. We'll let them draw the hat and make it fair. Daniel, I think Danny was full term, I believe. He only had one more.
Shouldn't you be present to win?
Well, I hate to say the person's not here get the fullest term, but it's an unfortunate circumstance, so we're not going to do that. At this time, I'll let y'all review the April minutes, and I'll need a motion for approval.
Second.
I got a motion by Mike and a second by Miss Sheila to approve the April minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So pretty much like any other board, we kind of glance over what we did last month and get approval for ahead. Okay. As we go down the agenda, we need funding events.
We do have one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm excited for that Level Up went very well. This was our first year opening it to the public. Ooh, y'all are gonna have to share this.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
I've got a little QR code at the bottom if y'all want to scan it and see the recap video later. And invite all of you going to next year. We'll host it on March 8th and 9th of next year, launching on International Women's Day. So it's very exciting. This is a women's only business event. So we cover the holistic nature of women in business, from self-care and boundaries to email marketing and creating a marketing plan. We were excited to have people from North Dakota in town for this event, St.
Wow.
Louis, Missouri.
Really?
Yes, she found us on Eventbrite. Kansas City, Missouri was also represented, and then 10 other zip codes from outside of Conway. And as you can see on your doc, we had 105 attendees for our first year, which I was really happy with. I'm shooting for 200 next year. And 38% of those were from outside Conway. So we were happy to partner with Fairfield to offer lodging to our out-of-state and out-of-town visitors. And we were excited to use 14 different services and restaurants from right here in Conway as our vendors.
Good.
Any questions?
You applied for next year.
Well, I will be.
In October.
I think I have until October.
Okay.
So
All
I'll work
right.
on that this summer.
Just making sure that you are aware that to get that in.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do
Earlier
it.
the better.
Yes, yes, sir. Love it. I heard you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Any more?
That should be it.
That's it? Okay. Moving on to financials.
Melissa's over here.
I know.
She's
We should have a
Lone
class
Ranger.
on this, but she's going to explain.
financials consist of this little packet of, well, it was, should be
Come
for,
down.
had someone
I was gonna
extra
say,
helping me
Andy-
to put
Andy
these
will
packets
help you
together.
out.
and it didn't quite
We'll do these two sheets. You set the
correctly.
sheets right. That's one.
I'm on the board for ILS, so I see a lot of these.
Sure you do. Okay, on the front page on the balance sheet is our balances in our operating account and our tax collection account. Operating is $1,195,498.27, and in our tax collection account is $981,115.58. And I still have to adjust the CV, but I do a thing to do that to adjust that. And we'll flip to page 3. It's more accurate. Well, comparison over years anyway. For April of 2023, we were in the black, 50,170.37. As compared to last year at 105,970.78.
So difference. Cut in half.
We had 40,000 for the special events, and then we also doubled in professional fees.
Professional fees for the chamber, it does look like they're doubled. They were not actually doubled. Jennifer Hegel sends over the invoices for the chamber, and she sent one with the old amount, not realizing it, so we had to void that check out. She sent it back to us, and then we issued another one. That's why it's doubled. It's not actually doubled. And for the year, we're pretty much right there even with 2022 with 173,631.18 as opposed to last year 173,278.54. Ledger and the account reconciliations are just backup for the financials. Yes, sir.
I hope she's watching this.
I hope
back.
so.
I'm sure she probably is.
No.
No, she's not.
No, she's probably not.
She is working.
Questions are continuing. Keep going up.
Now usually go from the long page. That's
The
what long page.
Long page is the collections information. And the first page just shows the breakdown between of the tax collected and the allocation to the city and to the AP Commission. Second page is the breakdown further of taking out professional fees, postage, etc., and the amounts that are actually written to the city and to AP Commission. Where it gets good. Our collections for April 2023 were $537,921.45, up over April 2022 by $24,627.20, and up over 2021 by $65,964.82. A 0.58% increase over 22 and 12.26 increase over 21. Total collections.
That's just for that month. So you-
Still looking promising too.
Y'all have a bunch of people. For
Not that I'm aware
the
of.
reason that I asked the question is I saw a bunch of pickups. Places waiting on a bad storm.
Electric.
Gathering here. Yeah, there were, must have been 50 trucks.
Wow.
A bunch of them were from Mississippi and a bunch from Louisiana. I figured they were staying in local hotels.
No. Haven't heard a word.
Minimum were as right as they were this last week.
I haven't even heard of
Wrong
any bad
every
weather.
day.
I was gonna say.
Every day.
There's bad weather, but it's forecast. Not in Arkansas. Not as bad. South of here. Oklahoma, Missouri.
I wonder why the KC.
Tennessee.
It had a beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Better than my house.
You had an event going on over at your place, Mike. So there's a lot of people like fancy dressed up. Is that what that was? Okay. Okay, the next page is past due collections, which totaled $14,749.27. And it was 2.74% of total collections.
The number in the previous page includes those housing.
So next page will exclude them. We only had those several, like few 30s on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, got most of them.
Really good.
Next page is collections excluding delinquent, which totaled $523,172.18, and we're up over April 2022 by $22,164.74, 4.24% increase. Last page is Pay Simple Collections, which is our online collections. I'm not sure if either of y'all pay online, but we've been trying to get this going since 2019, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before COVID.
We are gradually still increasing. We're just around the 4. But Pay Simple payments totaled $228,251.24, and they were 42.43% of collections, and up over April 2022 by $18,854.44. But we're slowly but surely. I think this fall. I still had even one person last week that called and had no clue about online payments.
We haven't actually advertised it since we initially started doing it. So I would say unless permit holders are hearing about it from you. So if we need to send out another notice, I'm happy to do that. But
Bad idea.
Right. I don't
Okay.
either.
You don't
I will
mind.
make a note.
And is it available whenever you get your whenever you come on board, we flyer that or something? Yeah. I wonder if we're at like 80% for the people in the last 2 years, and we're at 30% for the old head.
Do this. Give a list of the people.
You pay simple?
Oh, he is. Stop doing a deal out to everybody.
Yeah.
Just pick the ones that are.
I mean, as long as they're paying.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's what's most important. I don't care how they do it.
I know a lot of the chains, once they figure it out, they appreciate it because it's not.
Easier from the corporate level.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion for the approval of.
I have a motion and a second to approve the financials. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Financials have been approved. Now on to the fund page.
It's not that bad.
Mm-mm.
Charles, did we ever figure out whether UCA properties are supposed to be paying beverage and A&P tax? Twisted Taco just stopped paying beverage tax, and we confirmed that they are selling beverages over there, and they're very much in business, but they just started sending in zeros every single month. For A&P and beverage. And I don't know why that started happening, but we have confirmed that they are selling food and beverage.
I took one for the team. I went over and got a cold beverage.
Thanks, Andy.
Just so everybody knows.
So Jill, had Twisted Taco been paying previously? They just stopped or?
Stopped in 2019.
Wow. I was gonna say, do we send code enforcement? Do we?
Send Andy.
Hey, all I can do is confirm.
Oh, he got it.
I mean, it's
I'll tell you what you
Airmark
get.
that reports the sales, but just specifically it comes through as Airmark Twisted Taco, and it's zero every month for beverage and A&P.
Is Airmark submitting beverage for anything else? Do they have
Um,
anybody else that would have it? And that sounds like a personnel change or something. Somebody's squirreled up. I would assume
They
they're paying
report.
their state taxes.
I'd say so.
Yeah, reach out to
What
Airmark.
happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Contact I have.
Jill, if you don't have a good contact for Airmark, I know somebody at the chamber does.
On the ones that have undetermined figures owed, I mean, those are,
These yellow ones are ones that's been supposed to come off here for 3 different meetings now, but somehow they don't make it off here. And I'm just gonna have to go in and personally do that myself.
okay.
Those are the ones we talked about last with
Mhm.
Kim, that there's FTAs on 3 of them, and the other one they were gonna serve Leah's or Lia's or whatever the final notice.
Outstanding. But just for March. So they're.
It'd just be a little late.
Well, and 2, it is very close to the end of the month. This meeting was
Right.
a lot
Mhm.
earlier than most of our meetings actually are. So, I mean, they'll be starting to roll in this week. And a lot of them, it's just a mailing time frame, like lag time in mail.
I'm wanting to say we've seen a
Recall seeing that.
Does that ring a bell with you?
There was talk about it.
Heard about it.
Bill?
I don't remember.
Seems like I remember.
Is there one,
seeing that.
Denise? Fat
I'm sorry,
Burger.
Fat Burger wants to sell a cold beer.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, they did.
Well, I will make a motion for our standard approval of the 30 days proposed assessment notice, and then 60 days to intent and revoke. And it doesn't look like we have any 90 days. So
Sheila, you my favorite person. You 2 for 2.
just today?
Well, most days.
Okay. All right.
Anybody going second her?
I've got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very nice.
And I will keep y'all up to date as these fall off this list as well.
Just to give y'all, this used to be this kind of page and 2 pages. So code enforcement's done a great
Y'all
job.
done a great
with it.
job.
Mhm.
And that's 60 days less than $1,000. I mean,
No commissioner has ever made the delinquent list.
Miss Rachel.
Hi, well, welcome to our new commissioners. We're happy to have you here. We have talked about potentially doing some sort of board orientation just to kind of give you a background of some of the functions of the commission and of what is expected of you as a commissioner. So we will figure that out and let you know. So since our last meeting, the ITI digital events calendar that I mentioned to you all has gone live. So if you go to the CVB website, conwayark.com, and you click on events, there is a fancy new digital events calendar that automatically pulls in events that are listed through Eventbrite or as a Facebook event or Ticketmaster, and it provides links to be able to buy tickets if necessary, links out directly to all of the event websites. So I haven't promoted it yet. I wanted to give it a couple of weeks just to make sure there weren't any big glitches before I start really pushing it out there publicly. But it is live and it's been great. I'm able to go in and accept events, decline events if they don't really fit the criteria of, an event the A&P Commission would need to promote. And so far, so good. Had a Zoom with Multiview, who we do a digital campaign with, to go over monthly stats. They were doing some promotions for Toadsuck Days, and now they will pull that back and add in some other features. The Arkansas sports specific keywords are performing best right now. The click-through rate is continuing to stay steady. Had a Heart of Arkansas quarterly board meeting last week. I think I told you last year, but so typically the grant that each regional tourism association gets from the state of Arkansas is $100,000. Last year we had an extra $70,000. So we were able to run a little bit more of our advertising through Heart of Arkansas, which means we get it at a discounted rate. Heart of Arkansas pays half, Conway A&P Commission pays half. This year they won't have that extra $70,000, so there might just be some digital things we did this year that we'll pay for on our own versus getting that half price discount. But hey, it was great while we had it and saved us some money, so that's always nice. Had to rewrite some copy for a video ad focusing on cycling because I didn't like what the company wrote. So I reviewed the dashboard that Sports Destination Management sent. I attached that to your email. It's a quick screenshot of all of the statistics involved in the digital campaign we run with them. We've collected 193 impressions so far, which is over the initial amount we actually paid for. So they went through really quickly, and they're continuing to run the campaign through June because that's what the contract said. So we're getting more than we paid for, which is always nice. Before our next meeting, we will have hosted the Weekend of Champions with AAA, and so we're finalizing some details with them. We'll have to provide some meals for them, a couple of hotel rooms maybe, but working with UCA to finalize all of those details, and then we'll have coaches and teams filling Conway for 3 days, I believe. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So we want to cheer for the Conway teams and then everybody else to be from as far away.
Right. Whatever requires the most hotel and restaurant stays. That's who we
Go
hope to be.
Texarkana, Jonesboro. And,
Jonesboro, I believe, plays Thursday night. Conway has a bye and plays Friday night, the winner of that game.
Well, hopefully people from far away win. And we don't need any Little Rock people that can drop back and forth.
Still want Conway to be in there.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
Exactly.
Any questions about anything?
As always, thanks for sending that out Friday.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Sir.
Welcome to the new board members. I'm Derek Cox. I'm with the Parks and Recreation Department. Kind of give my monthly update. I know usually I always talk about team sports, but I thought I'd talk a little bit about our individual sports for a second before we get started. So the last couple of weekends, tennis, we've had 2 tennis tournaments. The last weekend in April, we had an adult tournament. I think there's 101 participants in that. This past weekend, we had a juniors tournament, so a youth tournament that I believe had 88 players that participated in that. And then also, too, a growing sport kind of in our area is disc golf. And obviously, we have a disc golf course out at Lake Beaverfort with Burns Park being affected, and they had some really nice courses. That's even pushed even more people to come to play ours. Skylar Swope and Brian McLean, 2 of our staff members, they have really done a good job of really developing that course. Matter of fact, we have 2 different kind of basket locations now. So on the weekends, we kind of set up for more of a recreational use. That way, if it's kids that are wanting to come play, but during the week, we kind of put the basket in more challenging areas and bring in more kind of the competition side in. Planning on hosting a few tournaments this year. We did last year, want to do a couple more this year. But our course is signed up on UDisc. It's an app. So basically, when you go and play the course, you can, it'll help you keep score or tabs or whatever. But at the end of the year, they send us a report. And as I was looking through that, I thought it was really cool. It said that players from over 30 states played at our course last year. Some of the ones that stood out was Kansas, Colorado, Wisconsin, California, Florida, Oregon, Utah, Virginia. I just thought that was kind of neat. Matter of fact, I might send you all that report so y'all can kind of look through that information. But as far as the team sport side of things, this weekend, with it being Mother's Day, we're just offering a one-day Saturday only tournament. It is completely full on both the fast pitch and the baseball side. Next weekend, we're hosting 3 very large tournaments: fast pitch tournament, baseball tournament, and a basketball tournament as well. And then the last weekend of the month, on Memorial Day, we're hosting a premier fast pitch tournament actually at Conway Station Park, which is one of the advantages of us turfing that complex is now we can use it for something besides just baseball. I was looking online. Even now, we have multiple states represented in that tournament. I know Oklahoma, Tennessee, Missouri all have teams coming and playing in that. And then we secured, working with our partners at USSSA, we have secured Fall State again this year. So that's kind of so the state director gives that to his district directors, and that's the reason it's good to have relationships with multiple district directors. Because Jeremy gets it one year, obviously, with Case, and that was last year, but then it bounces around. So it was awarded to ASC this year, and we have a good relationship with Will Roark, and he decided to bring that to Conway again this year. So that's good. Any questions of me?
Frisbee golf seems like it takes up the least space and doesn't cost a ton of money.
You know what? We actually had been kind of thinking about over there on the south side of town, that South German piece of property.
Yeah.
When we develop in it, including some
More
type of a
kids
discount.
play and,
Absolutely.
It's not like building a whole golf course.
Well, if we did put a disc golf, and as you said, it's very minimal expense, we could kind of have one on maybe the south side of town that's kind of more geared toward recreational play, and then continue to make the one over at Beaverford more competition so that we can bring in tournaments.
A lot of things are hard.
Me and my kids, we love it. I mean, we probably play it twice a month. So.
I'll add to that. Something that I've heard just from people that play a lot is they like different courses too. So having options in town, they don't like to just play the same course every time.
Well, we did some social media. So Greenbrier, the former golf course north of Greenbrier, converted to a disc golf course and got like in the top 5 in the country, and got all this media, not just within the big disc golf riders, but other folks. It really did get some good media, and so we kind of ran some social media on congratulations to Greenbrier. Hey, everybody, go up there and try this course out, and
stay in Conway while you're doing it.
You know, and we have another really cool course like Beaverport. You can do multiple courses in the same day, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Greenbrier course is driving some destination stuff.
We actually been working with the director out there when they host a lot of tournaments there, and basically being an overflow location.
This would be like Las Colinas. You play course 1 on Thursday, and then course 2 on Friday.
I don't know about all that.
A fellow out there the other day, he had a sack full.
Yes.
I mean, it must have been 30 of them in his bag. His bag was about like that.
I go with my kids. I got one. I putt with the driver.
Yeah.
But I do all right.
Well, and Derek, with the trail going out through there too, I know a lot of people are utilizing that. So that would even give, and if we were able to develop that out there, that would kind of give some type of action piece for the people who are walking down through that trail as well, because that's being very heavily used now.
You wouldn't necessarily have to put in an 18-hole course. If you could put in a 9-hole course and kind of keep it recreational,
right,
if you wanted to.
Small town golf.
Get rid of all the trees. I know every one. They seem to get in my way.
Can't say that. Can't say.
Tree board's going to come after you.
I don't care.
You gotta get in low.
Thank you, Derek.
questions? You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
New business. Village at Hendrick.
There's nothing like having to go first.
Lucky.
My name is Gloria Cheshire, and I live in the village at Hendricks. My husband and I came here for retirement and chose Conway based on the village at Hendricks and what they were doing with that development, and thinking it was really cool and very unique, very much like communities we had come from. If you look at the back of my application in that little space and say, what else should we know? I kind of revealed a little insight into our community in that in the last few years we lost Panera. And a group of us volunteers got together, neighbors, and said, what do we need to do? And we kind of said, we need to put the liveliness back in our neighborhood and draw attention to the village at Hendricks again. As you know, Conway, of course, uses the village at Hendricks a lot for photographs and of the town, of the houses and both of the preserve. At any rate, one of the ideas we came up with was, gosh, we think we'd like to see a farmer's market. So last year we partnered with the downtown Conway market and brought 3 markets out to the village. We're doing a kind of a different approach to a farmer's market, where you see a farmer's market typically Saturday morning, 7 o'clock to noon, convenient parking lot, convenient parking, whatever. We are doing evening markets. Last year we did Thursday evening. This year we're doing Wednesday evenings. This year we're going to go from 4:30 to 7:30 in the evening on Wednesday. Our first market's going to be May the 31st. We'll go again 2 weeks later, June the 14th, and then June the 28th. Unless we have a rain situation, we won't go into July when it's extremely hot and most of the gardens are starting to burn up. We'll skip July and August and we'll come back in the fall. We are kind of a 50-50. We are definitely farmers market. We are proud to be anchored by South Silla Farms out of Mayflower and Bell Urban Farms coming in with us this time, which you probably know Bell Urban. They're in business on Tyler, across the street from the library. So those are kind of our two anchors. We have the market, and then we have the activities. And what we found last year is we're drawing a large number of families, people with small children who are interested in fresh food, interested in healthy living. They come out for our live band. We have a live band. We have costume characters. Purple Cow comes out. Bank of England comes out. We have a wonderful children's space. Really, in general, just a good time. We allow people to come to the community, shop, and enjoy. We are definitely trying to increase the foot traffic in the village for our 2 restaurants who are there. Actually, we have 3 currently. And so that's kind of who we are and what we are. We're asking you for seed money. Even though we did the event last year, we did the event with the downtown Conway market, literally leasing the space from Hendrix College. This year, we are Hendrix College sponsored, which we are extremely proud of. We feel like that will add to the longevity of the event. It also puts a bridge in place for the village at Hendrix neighborhood, the college, the students, the vendors who are coming into the marketplace, and to our larger community. So we're asking for $1,000 in seed money to help with the typical things: event insurance, things that are hard to come up with money for, signage, and our children's tent that we used last year got blown away, and so we need a new children's tent. So those are the 3 primary items that we're asking you for, and I'm up for questions. Thank you very much.
Very thorough.
I would like to introduce Courtney Corwin, who is with me. We have a 6-member neighborhood committee. We are all volunteers. We're very pleased to be working with Hendrix as our administration. They are housing our vendor application and registration, and will handle our funding. So, any questions?
Is this something, I know this is just your first time, so I'm assuming hopefully that if this is successful, it'll be something that you'll be doing annually?
Yes, ma'am, it will. And we've
Okay.
actually named it the Village at Hendrix Market rather than the Village at Hendrix Farmers Market, so that if it is successful, we can bring in other types of markets, such as antique markets. We've got several ideas. One is to host a book fest with local authors, and another one's a storytelling event. They're all events that have been in other communities where I've been and been very successful. And so we're hoping to launch those as well. But first, 3 markets, get them under our belt.
There you go.
Set up the structure, the infrastructure, that we need, and realize we need to be able to learn how to work with one another. And then we'll go.
But just curious, the 3 restaurants that's in the village: Zaza's, Purple Cow.
Purple Cow.
Osaka's, the Japanese.
Oh, okay.
They were ramen noodle,
Thank
and
you,
it
sorry.
switched ownership. We also have the Village Hub, and we've been told we're going to have a new coffee shop there, hopefully very soon.
Did the Village Hub officially close?
The Village Hub is officially
Good to know there. For Jill.
yes.
Any questions? Thoughts?
Market, Gloria, is going to be in the green area.
Oh, did I skip that part?
Well, my brain might have
It's going to be
not-
at my house.
My own ears might not have heard it.
I probably skipped it. Sometimes you're too close to something and you just kind of assume everybody knows. Yes, it is the Village Greens. Well, we call it the Village Green. It is the space in between Purple Cow and Zaza's. Thank you for asking me. It's right off of the roundabout. And what we found out last year with our marketing is pretty much we took American flags and lined the entrance to the village. And that was about all it really took to draw the street traffic, and put our signs out that morning so that they are a today market. Um, and we were very successful. My numbers, I think, that I've presented to you are very low. I said like 300. I preferred to go low instead of telling you something that was pie in the sky. I did do some checking, and we've got about 21,000 followers on Facebook between our anchor markets and the Village at Hendricks Facebook page. So, I mean, I think we've got a good start on it, and we were very well received last year. We were extremely pleased.
I'll entertain a motion.
We'd like to
Second.
make this contingent upon Gloria making her application available to us to give other people.
You're right. How thorough it should be.
As a model.
Yes, that's a great
We're gonna need her
example.
Excel spreadsheet. We're gonna need some of this
You're an English teacher.
stuff. So
I know Jamie from my background at Arkansas Community Foundation.
Oh,
don't just give it for nothing. We just need to be able to put this into other people's hands.
I was a grant writer and then I was a grant administrator, so hopefully it would be good, Jamie. Thank you.
I've got a motion.
Was your
and
motion for the 1,000 that they requested? My second as well.
I've got a motion and a second to give seed money of $1,000. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good luck.
Can I click my feet now?
Yes, you can.
Sure.
Thank you very much. I
Well,
appreciate
well
it.
done, Rosa.
Pardon?
That's well done. It checks a lot of boxes. It
Mhm.
feeds families. Talks about fresh food.
And you've got it on your calendar, right?
I'm glad you're having it in the evening rather than in the
Yes.
godly hour of 7 a.m.
A lot better chance. Yeah.
You might need to find out if Zaza's still
Do we need to reserve your table?
I wish you would.
Courtney, you got that? Okay, we got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Downtown Conway street session.
Hey y'all, my name is Garrett Collins. I am the representative and the coordinator for Six Sounds Media Group. We've been putting on media projects for about 2 years now. We're from around the Goose Ferry Lake area, but I've been in Conway my whole life, graduated from UCA, and actually am an entrepreneur here with a local business that just joined the chamber. And but I'm here really for Six Sounds Media Group, but really just kind of representing the artists in this area. I've become pretty clicked into the musicians, the artists that have painted a lot of the murals in downtown. And I was thinking, so a year ago, we climbed the mountain in the middle of Goose Ferry Lake, Sugarloaf, and took all this gear up. 40 people filmed a live session where people were dancing, drones, everything. Promoted the lake, got with some people around the lake, and it did good for them. I really like Conway. I really like the downtown scene. I think that there are a lot of creative people here. There are a lot of cool artists here, but there's not really something that promotes that, not just to the people, but people outside of Conway. There's stuff to do here. There's art being made here. So we got to thinking, what can we do to really promote the arts and artists, not just musicians, but artists in whole? And I had a connection with Jessica Jones, Caitlin Fan, Austin Watt, some of the people who have painted a lot of the murals. A lot of connections with the local bands in the area, some of the best music talent. We got to thinking, like, let's do a day of street performances in front of the various murals, and to not only promote our music, but to promote the art. And then it kind of snowballed a little bit more, and I got in touch with all of these artists, and we're going to do interviews with these artists and kind of tell the story of like how they brought all these to life, how they brought the streets of downtown Conway and they filled it with art and expression. And got with the Historic District Commission, kind of pitched this idea to them and got even more traction. They were like, yeah, let's help tell the story of not only like how we can promote the arts, but like where has Conway been with its arts culture in downtown? Where is it at? Where is it going? So this turned into more of a project of creating a live session documentary that stories and documents like where Conway is at, why it's cool, why it's worth coming to, what's going on downtown. That's the 2 cent tour of what we've got going. So I've recently been talking to local businesses, trying to stimulate some type of like sponsorships, some promotion to the public. I talked to Mike, which is actually the guy who turned me on to this whole meeting and stuff. Didn't know this existed, so thanks for that, Mike. And yeah, we've got 5 local businesses that are sponsoring this event. It's going to be happening June 10th. And it's going to be, I've got some information here if y'all would like for me to hand this out to y'all.
Do you have an application?
Yes.
Okay. Where's that?
Yes.
So the street performance is in there. And yes, this is intended to bring people to downtown Conway of the day of the event, but really it's more of a promotional advertisement thing. I would be very happy to show you all our previous projects, especially the one we did on top of Sugarloaf Mountain, so y'all can get an idea of the quality that we would be bringing on this project. But yeah, it's more so instead of just bringing people here to Conway on the day of the event, this is more for the city to utilize as like promoting arts, culture downtown. It'll be a very good production for y'all to use it in that way. And so we would be asking for seed money. We would be asking for the 5,000 full, and yeah, we would give y'all full access to using it in any promotional or advertisement ways that y'all saw fit.
All sounds like a pretty good idea to me.
Park in front of my place.
Not after hearing him talk about it.
This is something.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's go. I can see this being a long term deal. Like for it to be long term.
And what we've done, it started out where it was all going to be out on the street, but we got with some of these local businesses, and there are beautiful pieces of art and murals in places of business. It's like the Rogue Roundabout that's fixing to open, Blue Cell Coffee. We're actually going to be performing in their place of business, helping kind of promote what they've got going as well. So artists, businesses, the people store it downtown, storytelling, really an integration of everything. Yeah, we played there Friday. We also played at Toadsuck, if any of y'all caught us.
I'm so
Questions, comments? I'm not 100% sure about the full amount.
I was just going to say, I think it's a great event. I'm just, and I don't want to use the term hesitant, but to do a complete funding for a first time event that has not been done. There's no history, there's no real comparison. So I'm a little bit more conservative financial wise.
So this is going to be a 1 day deal.
This is going to happen in 1 day. The performances will set up, audio engineer, film crew in front of one mural. As soon as it's done, 40-minute set, tear down, move to the next mural. This will be 6 performances right in a row.
So we could use this talking out loud.
Yes. It's going to bring people downtown on the day of, but really the power lies in using it as promotion and advertisement. Yeah.
That's standard. Higher. $1,000.
And I think it would be important. I just didn't have a good contact to send some of our previous work to. So the comparison that you're talking about, as far as the quality of a production that we can put on, I'd like to get a contact so I could send that to y'all. I mean, we're on YouTube.
What's your date again?
6/10, so it'd be June 10th, a little over a month. We'll have flyers for it. So we work with the girl who makes the flyers and promotional posters for Chris Stapleton. She's making our promotion for this. It's just a random connection that we have. And it'll be done this Thursday. I'll be able to get that to y'all.
You found it?
No, we've talked to some people, some angel investors, and they think it's a good idea, but they don't put the money into it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm considering is just seed money total and the total amount of seed money when we have other alternatives such as advertising and publicity, which is one of the things he's talking about. So I would tend to look a little bit more, maybe. I know it says the first time event is up to 5,000, but to do a full 5,000 for an unseen event, and it sounds like a lot of it is advertising and publicity, and to do all of that under seed money concerns me a little bit. But that's just my 2 cents.
What has been pointed out to me is we do have some deliverable stuff here. The fact that y'all are going to do things used down the line, and that's something we can put actual price on. So from that standpoint, maybe
But would that not fall more under the advertising and publicity? I guess for me, I'm just thinking a first time event going to the maximum amount that we do for seed, which is $5,000.
could you live?
About 2,500.
We'll take what we can get. For
Well,
sure.
I mean, it's just what we kind of discussed, but we got to see.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of hard.
yeah,
You okay with that?
yeah, I'd be
Split-
fine with
split it
that.
down into
And
different-
then come back and
Mhm.
show us what you got from
You
last
okay with
from
that?
this
Yeah.
year.
Melissa, you all right?
Make a motion to, 2,500.
I'll second that one.
And then, like I said, we can use some of this stuff for advertising.
Yes.
All right, I got a motion for $2,500. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good luck.
Who do I talk to about that 2,500?
Everything
She's got
henceforth will
it in
go
her
through me.
pocket.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Rachel can help you with that, but it's based on invoices. What's they'll
Invoice,
serve.
yes.
Yeah, we have to pay by invoices.
And where can we find some of your stuff that you've got out there now?
If you'll send me some of that, I'll share it with the commission.
Thank
very much.
you.
All right, last thing on the agenda. Nope. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Do you want me to? I can do that.
For what it's worth, I've seen his stuff. It's really good. You should
Good.
see the video they did on Sugarloaf. It was amazing.
Good.
I've seen some of it.
Have you? Yeah. They're really good. So we've, since we met last time, we've issued about 11 A&P permits. We've done 5 for restaurants and or convenience stores. Squirrel service stations have opened up one out on Ferris Road. So they were permitted this month. Osaka Japanese restaurant that took over
Mhm.
from Agape Noodles that we mentioned. Insomnia Cookies is coming to Conway. Boba Love Cafe and Drive-Thru is also permitted. And the Rogue Roundabout is now permitted fully, A&P and beverage. They're good to go. We had 3 mobile vendor applications that we approved and permitted. Lorena Mexican Food Snacks and Tin Man Barbecue and Coastal Whip. And then we had 3 new short-term rentals that we permitted. So I think with those, that brings us up to about 32 short-term rentals that are
Great.
licensed and permitted.
Well, I knew someone that had said they had bought a home and they were turning it into that. And I said, have you got your permit? And they said, yes.
Very much. Code enforcement, anything to report? Thank you. All right, thank you very much. And last
You
is
guys for the job you do too. That's
definitely.
helped tremendously.
most definitely. Commissioners' terms. So kind of a,
You want to draw?
I guess so.
Okay.
Am I drawing?
I'll let them draw.
Okay.
You can draw for the absent member.
I guess it's better.
What are you labeling these?
4 year.
Not 4.
Not, yeah, I think it's 2.
I think it's 2 also.
That's fulfilling.
Jeremy, Danny,
That
and
would-
Esther.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Danny were both full terms. Esther was a partial term.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me too. Real quick, Melissa, attendance.
Oh, yeah.
Because this, in my 7 years of doing this, last year was the first time for it to be an issue. So you have up to 4 absences a year, and it starts the first month you miss. So if you miss July 1st, you have 3 more absences till that July 1st, not calendar year.
Right.
Okay? Does that make sense? Make sure. Because none of us knew that there was an attendance law until we had to figure it out. FYI, I want to come bring that
Very
to.
rarely absent.
Well, I understand. All right. Why are you looking at me? I mean, they know it's a 4-year term. It should be a surprise. What'd you get? 4. All right.
Travis can draw for the.
Well, the last one. He's got the 2.
There's only one left.
All right. All right. You're
And
exactly where
Esther
Esther
seat.
should.
Almost. Yeah, on this side.
As long as
Yeah.
we get 4 years out of that chair.
That's right. Anything else? Welcome again. Look forward. I sent an email. I will not be here at next meeting,
Mm-hmm.
so enjoy. And then
There's your first
Also,
absence.
might
just
be going to July too.
something else we should probably address since you will not be at the next meeting. I believe Esther was our vice chair, and so we don't have a vice chair at this point. You will all need to appoint someone. Historically, Sheila and Andy have chosen not to hold those offices due to their positions on the city council.
I make a motion to elect Mike. As the-
Everybody else.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh, this is coming for you. There ain't nothing you can do
I mean, you're
about
the next one. Sorry.
I will let Felicia know about what you all decided so she can update the city's website as well.
I got a
All
motion.
right.
Second.
Second.
Me.
You're the most
You said
qualified candidate.
And a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Y'all have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've lost like